these shoeboxes come in, and you can start collecting and getting materials ready. Our site is a regional drop site for Operation Christmas Child through Samaritan's Purse, and so we look forward to that here in the latter part of October, first part of November into November. We'll be able to participate in Operation Christmas Child that allows children around the world to get something during the Christmas time of the year. So Children's Church, if you have a young child, they're ready to go to Children's Church. If they're in the sanctuary, they can head in that direction and head on the other side of the building. Just kind of follow the kids as they head that way. We are privileged to have with us today Brother Shawn Sullivan, missionary to Ukraine. We've been in a partner relationship with Brother Shawn now for, you said, over 20 years. And in that, I'm always excited to hear the news from his ministry. And so we know how better to pray. And so it's a privilege. He's going to come and share his heart and the Word of God today and what's going on with Mission 823.
Yes.
So come right on, brother.
Thank you.
And it's so good to have you here, all the way from, I think, from Ukraine to Florida to here.
Ukraine to Florida to Ohio to here. Yeah.
Welcome.
That's right.
Glad to have you here.
Vagabond that we are. I had a funny story. Of course, I'm the kind of a quirky little nerdy person that has funny stories happening to them all the time, and I'm just transparent about it because, you know, it's just the stuff that happens to me. So I served in the Navy. I was telling somebody in the lobby just a few minutes ago, that's where God called me to preach. I was up near Chicago, Great Lakes area. Went to boot camp, went to electrical school, electronics school, and was a volunteer for submarines. And so we served for 6 years chasing the Russians around during the Cold War that wasn't quite as cold as they said it was. And in the process, serving on a diesel submarine with lots of high-pitched squealing and rumbling machines all around me, I lost a lot of my hearing. And so this morning we're setting up, and you know, my wife made arrangements for me to get proper hearing aids a couple of years ago, and I'm just too stubborn or too lazy or too dumb, I'm not sure. But I should be wearing them. But I'm standing at the back there working with the team in the sound booth, trying to get all of our media and equipment and get everything ready, and handed my flash drive off, and somebody told me, you need to go see Miss Candy. She's up here practicing on the platform. She's on the left-hand side wearing the black skirt. You need to get with Miss Candy. And it was loud. They were practicing. And I leaned in and I said, Miss Candy? He said, no, Miss Tammy. And I'm sure all of you are wondering, who's Candy and why is she working in the sound booth? Well, it's precious Miss Tammy. And she's been very helpful this morning. You should get to know her. Her alter ego is not something that she wants to identify with, but Miss Tammy's been very helpful this morning. Listen, I was thinking this morning as we're going through the Sunday school service and the worship service, there have been several occasions during the worship. God always prepares things as His people meet together, and it's not a coincidence that things happen the way that they do. You know, God knew that I was coming. God knew that you were going to be here, and He just always weaves things together in a way that we could never anticipate. And there's been several occasions where thoughts in my mind have come from the songs, come from the scriptures, and I just thought to myself, as I'm sitting here, studied world religions, seen world religions all over the world, lived in Southeast Asia, lived in Europe, lived in Eastern Europe, and traveled and worked in over 30 countries, just had a weird life. Somebody told me in the lobby, you've had a weird life. I have. It's been a pretty good gypsy adventure, and I'm thankful for it. But in the process, we've seen a lot of what would be termed religion or religious activity in the world. And all of those religions or religious activities have some kind of what they call a God attached to it. Whether it's a mainstream religion